this is Brandon from Crobot, and you're rocking with Backstage Access, where the real rock begins.
Addicted, tangled up and twisted, panic pumping through our veins. Well, baby, they say I'm a low life, 'cause I sold my soul to the...
Hey, this is Chris with Backstage Access, and we are super stoked to have Brandon from Crobot here today to talk with us about the new album, Mother Brain. Welcome, Brandon.
Hey, Chris, it's Brandon from Crobot calling. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good, doing good.
Good.
My second cup of coffee for the day. Giving the brain an old jump start. A little unwilling it is today, but...
Well, everybody has those days, but coffee helps. Coffee helps. Well, thank you for taking the time to call us today and chat.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Sure. Now, you've got the new record coming out soon, Mother Brain, so let's kind of start with that. Now, I know it's the band's fourth album, but first for Mascot Label Group. So how did that relationship with Mascot kind of come about?
They were the first label to kind of show interest in us, so, to that speaks volume, and, it takes a little longer to kind of set everything in place when it comes to terms with labels and things like that.
Sure.
That lent to the hiatus, if you will, a little longer than I think we all wanted, but, good things take time, and so far, everything's been great with Mascot. We've got a chance to, on our last tour over in the UK and Europe, we got to meet the extended family in the UK and Dutch team overseas. So that was really cool. I feel like we've got a good grasp on who we're working with now, which is always a good thing to develop, personal relationships with these people too, because when you have something you're so passionate about and on the creative side of things, it's cool to know that you have a great team behind you and a team that really cares just as much as you do about the releasing. Friday's coming quick, so
Absolutely.
I guess, it remains to be seen of how the record will really do, but they've set it up in such a way that we're really proud of it and proud of the work that they've done on their side of things. So, yeah, it's an exciting week.
Awesome. So let's talk about the new album, because I really love it. I think it's heavy, but it just has such a funky groove. It's the best of both worlds. So tell us a little bit about what you guys were trying to accomplish and set out with this record.
I think we always try to keep our asses shaken. Better way of saying it. We always try to bring that and kind of mend the two sounds together. This record in particular, I think, kind of stretched the dark and heavy end of the spectrum for us a little more than our last efforts. But like you said, we always like to keep the funky groove in there somewhere, even if it's deep down in the dark waters.
Yeah, and you did say a little bit darker this album lyrically, because even the song titles, Burn, Drown, Blackout. Tell us a little bit about lyrically, what was the inspiration behind the album or some of the songs in particular for this record?
Well, I think, on the whole, it's an album about reality. It's about being human, and whereas Something Supernatural was more about alternate universes and parallel universes, and the supernatural. Fat City was about another planet, and Mother Brain is more about realizing the humanity in us all, and things that kind of conflicts that you really can't escape, and it's all a part of being human.
Now, what about the writing for the album? Do you guys kind of get together as a band or send each other ideas, or how does that work?
2019 is a great time period of being able to just kind of work on things on our own and send ideas out. And, with our rigorous schedules and, Dan, our drummer, lives in Austin. So, we kind of have to bounce ideas back and forth. So we do get into the room together, and we make time for that because that's very important. That's a very important part of our identity is jamming in the room. We're a live band. That's our bread and butter. So that's the ultimate test for the songs. But this time around, we were really able to work on things as individuals and kind of sit with them and analyze them in a way that usually only happens during like a pre-production process when you go into the sessions for making records. So I think, the time period that we live in and technology where it's at is really made us able to kind of sit with these songs a little more so than...
Sure. Now, let's talk about Low Life. I saw that you had a co-writer for that song, Johnny Andrews. So kind of what happened there, and how does that kind of affect the band's approach to the song, and kind of what different perspectives did he bring out for the song?
This album cycle was the first one that we worked with outside writers, and we just wanted to tear all the walls down in terms of songwriting and our approach to it, and we really wanted to keep an open mind with working with other writers, and Johnny Andrews being one that our label brought up, said, hey, we got this guy, we think would be a great fit for you guys to work with, and we made a trip down to Atlanta and spent 2 days with Johnny, and it was really cool to see that different perspective. It's always interesting, and he, although he kind of pulled us out of our comfort zone a little bit in terms of the sound of Low Life, I think it really made for a better song, and we definitely wanted to take the Crobot sound and kind of make it a little more digestible while still maintaining our identity as a band, and I think he really knocked it out of the park.
Absolutely. Now, there's also a pretty cool video out for the song. Do you enjoy the whole video making process and being a part of that experience within the band?
Yeah, definitely. And I think we try to bring our character into whatever we do, whether it's the music or the videos or anything, we try to bring our individual identities to everything, and it was a really cool experience. We had a great time. This is the first time in a long time, since the very first video we've ever done, that we got to do it at home. And the cool thing about that is my daughter's in the video, my dad's in the video.
Oh, nice.
Bishop's wife's in the video. Bishop's wife's uncle's in the video. It was a family affair, and for that reason alone, it's just a really cool experience.
Now, what about the title of the album, Mother Brain? Sometimes, it can have a certain meaning or kind of tie the record together. Is that the case with this album at all? Does that have any kind of significance in relation to the songs?
Yeah, most definitely. So much that I think it was kind of forced a little bit. Blackout was a song that we wrote actually during the recording process with Corey Lowry. And because of that, I really didn't have lyrics going into it. So I was able to take Mother Brain was kind of something that floated around for a little while as like it was the name of a song that we had demoed for the record. And the song didn't end up making the record, but we've always just loved that title because I think it's a good synopsis of what the record is for us. And I usually have like a loosely based concept going into the record as to what I want the story arc and conflicts to be about. And this one was, like I said, a lot more about being human and realizing the humanity, but at the same time, like sort of this hive mentality of, I'm going to nerd out a little bit here and go Star Trek. There's a group called the Borg, and the Borg is a collective that's kind of like a collective consciousness, and none of them take them on their own as individuals, but they have this this queen mind that really kind of dictates how they think in their thought process. So that's really what the mother brain is that it's this hive mentality that kind of that doesn't lend for any kind of individuality. And I think, but at the same time, we really thought of this record as being like a rebirth for us. So on all those things into the melting pot, kind of, we came out with Mother Brain, and that just kind of stuck.
Very cool, very cool. So resistance is futile for this one. Now you guys are doing some special appearances this week, for the album release. So tell us a little bit. They're all like in the New Jersey, New York, PA upper area there. What will you be doing at those dates? Are you going to play the whole record or anything special planned?
We're going to be doing a good chunk of the record.
Okay.
And it started off with like one or two shows, and then we added a third show, and then WJJO in Madison, Wisconsin, they hit us up and said, hey, you guys want to be a part of our Taste of Madison? And we said, absolutely. We've done it before, and we loved WJJO, so we jumped right away on that opportunity. So we were like, we might as well just fill in the dates on the way there, and made a kind of a mini tour out of it, a CD release tour. And I think we're going to be playing a bunch of new songs. I think we're actually practicing today. We're going to try to throw a pretty cool cover into the mix as well. So we always try to make every show special in a way, but this tour in particular, I think, is going to have some heavy Mother Brain tracks in the set list.
Nice. Now, what about a tour after the release? Do you have anything in the works right now, or nothing you can talk about yet?
We do have something in the works. Nothing I can talk about, but I will say keep your eyes peeled, because Friday seems to be a day of not only a CD release, but a tour announcement.
Okay, very cool.
We're excited for Friday to roll around.
Okay, very nice, because you guys said you're a live band, and I agree with that. It's just so energetic, and I don't think you stand still. From the time you get out there till, I don't know, you're just like a whirling dervish, I call it, because you're just here, there, everywhere. And it's fun and exciting to watch, and it brings that extra level to the show for the fans and for those people, who are attending the show for the first time. It really draws them in, because that's what drew me in the first time that I saw you guys. I don't even remember who you were opening up for, but it was a small club, and I was like, whoa. These guys are nuts. They're going crazy up there, and that's great. That's what we come to see.
Well, since I've been young, I could never sit still, and I think that's something that I bring to the stage. But not only that, when you love what you do, it's easy to just kind of let it all out and leave it up on the stage, and that's definitely what we do. Because you never know, it could be your last time up there, and I think we play every show like it's our last.
Awesome. Now, could you give us an update on your graphic novel stuff? Are we going to see an issue number 2 coming out soon?
Yeah, issue number 2 is getting close to the end of the art process.
Okay.
Our artist, Sean Schramera, he's done all the pages, and they're being sent over to be inked and colored and lettered. So we're still, getting there with the artwork. But issue 2 is on its way out there. Super excited to continue that saga and move forward with that.
Awesome, and that's probably a lot more lengthy process in putting out something like that than most people realize.
Yeah, and I've grown such a deep respect for that medium of of art and what all goes into it. And I've certainly learned a lot of things that I will carry back and relate to the music world as well. And you know, it's become such a profitable venture in that regard for me. And I've just learned so much about the process, and yeah, there is a lot that goes into it that I've never realized.
Very good. Now, I did have one last question. I saw that you guys had a benefit concert listed in September for lung cancer research. Could you just tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so my father's been battling small cell lung cancer for a good portion of a year, over a year now. And just the fact that he's still with us today is just, we're so thankful for. And, you know, we just wanted to do something that he would love and enjoy, and at the same time would be able to pass on the proceeds to a cancer research fund. And Cancer Sucks has been nice enough to offer to match. If we meet our $5,000 goal, they said they would match our $5,000 and donate $5,000 to our local cancer research foundation. So we're really excited about it. My dad is a huge Dio fan, and he's responsible for a lot of bands that I've loved since day one, and Dio, Ronnie James Dio being one of them. So we just wanted to do something really cool for him, because he's just been such a cheerleader for the band, and has helped us in so many ways from our inception to now, and it's just sort of our way of giving back to him, while also still being able to help out the Cancer Research Foundation.
Awesome. Thank you very much for sharing that, and I hope it goes well. And our thoughts are with your dad. I hope he is doing better, and I hope that he gets to enjoy the concert and rock out with you guys.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, he's going to enjoy it.